Well, howdy folks, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Flywheel Films, and welcome to a very sunny day, 69 degrees, very nice outside, if I do say so myself, and welcome to the final part of my three-part series on ground effects for the Miata. We have done the side skirts, we did the rear diffuser, and now, for number 3, we are doing the front splitter, which I'm pretty excited about, and I guess on the fence. Let me explain. So the only thing I'm on the fence about is the NC2, as I've said in other videos, is probably the only NC that I think looks the best without any front splitters. Now I've seen NC2s with good looking front splitters, so it's fine, but it's not like NC1 or NC3 where I feel like they need the front splitter to look decent. The NC2, which is part of why I bought it, is the one that I think looks fine without one. And so the reason I did these 3 parts this way is I started with the side skirts because I thought they would be fine maybe by themselves. And I think it is. I think if you look at it from this angle, nothing but the side skirts are installed. I think it looks pretty good. But then you have the rear diffuser, which was, I guess, episode 2. That one looks pretty cool too. But by itself, I don't know if I'd like the rear diffuser. It's aggressive enough to where I think it needed the side skirts. And now with all 3 pieces, the sides and the rear, I think it looks really good, even without a front splitter. But there is something to be said about having ground effects matching all 4 sides of the car. So unlike the other ground effects, we are starting with a box. So the side skirts I got from my friend Jackson, aka Colored in Light, who you probably know as the more awesome NC Miata YouTube channel. His red thing is sick, kind of jealous. Doing my own thing, but every time I see his car, I'm like, maybe he and I should trade. Leave a comment if you think me and Jackson should trade Miatas for like a couple months. I think that'd be kind of hilarious and awesome. And yeah, it'd be funny if we even did a mod on each other's cars. Food for thought, Jackson. Anyways, and then the diffuser came from my friend Bo. He brought it all the way up from like south of Florida to Miatas at the Gap. So that was really awesome. So thank you, Bo. Thank you, Jackson. This one is a bit different. Brand new. To me anyways. I'm assuming it's new. But this is supposedly a 3-part splitter for the front. So going to use this fancy pocket knife here that Mike left. If you've ever done business with Flying Miata, you probably know Mike. He's the nicest person in the world. He works at Flying Miata. If you've had questions about parts, you may have talked to him on the phone. He was here and he left his pocket knife. I will return it to you, Mike, but in the meantime, I'm using it because waste not, want not. But this fun little unboxing here, maybe I'll put this away before I hurt myself. Yeah, so 3 parts. You're wondering why the box is narrower than the car. That's why. A lot of these kind of cheap splitter things come in sections and you assemble it. Imad knows that. I've mentioned Imad in these ground effects videos because what I'm basically doing is I'm modifying my car, adding, for lack of a better term, eBay aero. Now this is not actually eBay, this was new from Amazon, and I will leave a link in the description below. If you guys like this and decide to purchase it, if you use that link in the description below, that gives me a little tiny percentage kickback, which really helps the channel, helps fuel me to do more Miata modifications, and yeah, it's just, I really appreciate that. So they include a bunch of screws for mounting, I presume, because I see a lot of holes in this thing to mount. But here's the middle, I'm guessing. And then, yes, here's the side. So I picked this splitter because, well, there's a few options. There's the OEM one, which I think actually does look pretty good, but I think it looks best if it's body colored. I didn't want to do a body color front splitter and then black other things, so I decided not to do that. So that's why I chose this option. Here's kind of how it looks. I think it looks pretty cool, and it even has this side canard thing, which I don't know how I feel about, but we're just gonna see how it looks. This might look stupid, or it might look awesome. Hoping for the latter, obviously, but it looks like it just assembles like that pretty easily. Screw it in place, and then screw the whole thing all to the bumper. This might be pretty easy, actually. We'll see. But here's the third part. So 3 parts, all neatly packaged in the box. Actually, great packaging for what it's worth. And this was, yeah, Amazon Prime. It showed up pretty quickly, I think, within a few days. So it's much faster than waiting from something, I guess, from China, from some of the other companies like Carbon Miata. I know things can take a long time. My diffuser and my despoiler are from Carbon Miata. So this is my first Amazon mod, I guess. So let's see how this works. I've trapped myself. Thank you, Zero. You've been a great table to unbox something on. Oh, God. Can you imagine if I had broken it just now? That would have been hilarious and horrible. But this is where this sits. Wow, that feels really solid as is. Actually, that looks pretty cool. Okay, I think I'm gonna like this more than I expected, honestly. And actually, it's like the perfect plastic to match the side skirts. Yeah, this is gonna be sick. So, order of operations, I guess I do the sides first because this goes up below the side. Yes, that's right. Okay. And then this mounts kind of underneath the front here. Ah, okay. I see how this works. I think, yes, like that. And then this goes, yes. Haha, this might be easier with 2 people. That's fine. It's subtle, I like it. This is exactly what I was looking for, I think. So, get it mounted up. I don't even know if I'm gonna use 3M, if I'm being honest, because the screw holes, I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll use 3M on the sides and then screw the middle in, because the middle, there's not enough surface area to rely on 3M. So maybe that's what I'll do, and we'll see if it fits. It should. All right, I turned the car around because it's getting too hot in the sun. I can't believe it's like October, and I don't know why I looked at my watch. It's October and it's still too hot out for some reason. And I say that. I don't live in Texas like Jackson and Ahmad, who have to deal with that insane heat. But yeah, gonna jack up the front of the car, and then I think I have a game plan. What I'm gonna do is add a little bit of my really thin 3M here, the little 1/4 inch stuff. I have 3 different thicknesses for all the different ground effects, just in case. So, and I have too much. So, yeah, save it for something else, I guess. But I'm gonna add some of this thin stuff just so I can get it properly mounted. And then that way I can mock up kind of the sides without screwing them in and committing. And then I can make sure the centerpiece matches up, then screw it all in. And it really should be that easy. Wow, this might be the easiest one of all 3 modifications for the Aero. So yeah, let's send it up in the air. Okay, so I've said this in every video so far, but does anyone have a trick for getting the red backing off the 3M? I'm sure I could Google it. I'd ask Siri, but she's kind of pointless. Anyways, what, tweezers have better fingernails? I don't freaking understand. Actually, never mind. Hold that thought. I'm going to assemble this first. I just realized the screws that it comes with actually have 2 different sizes. The smaller ones go in here to assemble the whole front splitter. So I'll assemble it first, then I'll put it on the car. I think that makes more sense. And I am going to use a drill, but I have it on like the lowest setting. There we go, that feels solid. Next. Okay, that feels attached. Now I guess we can try to mount it up. I still think this 3M is probably a good idea, so I'm gonna use that. Really not worried about putting holes in the bottom of the bumper because you're not even gonna see them anyways. Okay, well, that feels remarkably solid. 9 screws, 3 in each piece, and plus the, I guess, 3 pieces are screwed together as you saw. So yeah, what do you think? I mean, right now it's up in the air. I'll get it down the ground. We can give kind of a final look, but it feels really solid. It fit honestly perfectly, just like the rear diffuser. Everything's fitting really well, even these NA Miata side skirts. Before we wrap up, I thought I'd mention I'm using the Chemical Guys VRP, vinyl rubber plastic protectant, which also makes it look a little bit shiny. Yeah, because with the ground effects, I use this on the side skirts as well. With the ground effects, I didn't really want to do gloss black because, I don't know, that looks a little almost chintzy or too show car-like. I don't know, gloss black on ground effects doesn't seem to make sense for me because it's always going to be dirty, and I think this stuff looks a little bit better dirty, but this makes it look a little bit glossier. So not quite gloss black like the top of the roll hoops, but it does make it look good. And I'm not using this on the actual plasti dipped rear diffuser, so, but that has some glossifier on it, so kind of making them all look a little bit shiny. So I'm gonna hit the front splitter with this, and then I'll show you guys the final walk around of all the ground effects, the fully modified Miata, on some scenic overlook right now. All right, here we go. One of my favorite places to take photos. You guys have probably seen these mountains if you follow my Instagram. If you don't, shameless plug, ghosty.miata. I take photos of this car all over the country and of course all over Colorado. But here we are. This is the final look of all 3 added ground effects. And I am honestly pretty thrilled. It's about what I had in mind for the vision. So I'm happy. What do you guys think? There are a few different front splitter options, but this is the one I went with, and I'm happy. I think it looks right about what I wanted. The side canard things, whatever you call these, are a bit, I don't know, I would if I had my way, I'd have them a tiny bit slimmer, but honestly, I think it works. They kind of run parallel with the fog light housing and how that's designed, so I like it. I think this is probably my favorite front splitter for the NC2 fascia. And yeah, so that's a wrap on the splitter video, which is subsequently a wrap on everything. The splitter just perfectly flows into the side skirts. Sorry about the harsh lighting and shadows, that kind of messes with things. And that flows into the rear diffuser, which it just all works so well together. Of course, the black accents up top, everything's kind of working in this whole stormtrooper effect. The interior cockpit all blacked out, of course, with the white gauges. A white shift knob would have been awesome, but yeah, don't have that yet. But hey, Flying Miata / Craven Speed, that's a thought. So thanks so much for watching another Flywheel Films modification video, and thanks for tuning in for all the ground effects. Stay tuned for a lot more content coming. Sorry about all the noise, I'm next to a highway effectively, but yeah, road trip films are coming because I'm doing a giant 3-leg trip out to LA, up the coast with a bunch of Miatas, to Sonoma, to Miata Reunion, and then back out here to home. So that's gonna be a fun road trip series. Of course, I'm gonna have videos from Miata Reunion. More modifications are coming, winter's coming. I know you can't tell because it's 69 degrees, nice, but it is, winter's coming, and I have a 3-part build series for winter as well, all planned out, in progress. In fact, I think one of those videos might even be out by now. I'm not sure. I'm filming a lot of things all at once, so I apologize for not having the full content strategy mapped out. This is, after all, a side hobby, so thank you for your patience. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you thought this was interesting. The analytics shows that a lot of people who watch my content aren't even subscribed. But yeah, if it's stuff that you would like, subscribe, because then it'll be fed to you through the magical algorithm. Leave a like if you like any of this stuff. If you don't like any of this arrow, drop a comment and let's have a debate in the chat. I'll see you down there, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.